Welcome back. Today, we are celebrating our 100th episode of One on One. And I want you to know that I planned an amazing show. My longtime friend, longtime mentor, was going to be here for you today to talk about her absolutely wonderful brand new book. Her name is Roberta Silman. Her book, Secrets and Shadows. Unfortunately, her husband, Bob, who is also a dear friend, is in the hospital. Roberta was not able to be here today. Her book is, and what a book it is, Secrets and Shadows, will take you to today and yesterday in Germany. And the pain and sorrow that her main character goes through, you will go through with her. What an amazing book. Now, I'd like to tell you all about what happens in this book. I would like to tell you about the amazing ending and the fact that I could not put this thing down. But I'm going to let her do that. Roberta, I know you're watching. Can't wait to see you here. Bob, get out of that hospital so Roberta can come. In fact, you can come too, because I know you'll be feeling better. Read the book. And in the meantime, we have another guest. Our guest has directed many of the shows that you've been watching on One on One. My name's Dacquino. His name is Mario Riccobone. Mario.
Good to be
Mario,
here.
I am a fan of yours as a director and as an actor. I absolutely loved The Angry Young Men.
12 Angry Jurors.
12 Angry Jurors. That was close. You were wonderful in it.
Thank you.
And acting is not new to you. It's something you've been doing. Tell us a little bit about who you are as an actor and what you do, Mario.
Well, it's a long story, obviously, but I started off in high school. I was in the drama club, and I also was a musician at that time. For me, the decision was, did I want to be an actor or did I want to be a musician? And I chose music because rock and roll, the Beatles, they really did it for me. But I went on to fail as an actor. And there I am.
Picture,
that's in high school.
Oh, and now you're in the middle, right?
No, I'm the second from the right.
Second from the right.
Yeah.
There you are.
But I'm not the important one in this picture. The important one is the tall guy.
Oh, with the glasses?
Yep, that's Vincent Schiavelli, who went on to be a successful actor.
Oh, wow.
You might remember him in Ghost as the subway ghost.
Oh,
and
wow.
he was also in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest and Amadeus, lots of movies. So I failed as a musician, but he succeeded as an actor.
Wow.
And every time I saw him up on the screen, I was so jealous. And I promised myself that when I retired, I was going to get back into acting. Lo and behold, I retired.
Here you are.
And I joined up.
Yeah, you do. You're with a group,
The Brewster Theater Company.
the Brewster Theater Company, and you guys put on a lot of plays.
We do 4 main stage productions and 4 cabarets a year. We also have an offshoot, a wing called Armchair Actors, where we get together and we read scripts in front of an audience. So we do that at Mahopac Library. So there's plenty of opportunity to present our talents. And the one thing that I'm amazed at is the level of talent that exists up here in Putnam County. It's stunning to me. I had no idea. There's a lot of theater companies up here.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of good actors out there. And I found out the same thing about musicians. since I worked at Grand Central Terminal, I commuted for the amount of time that I was up here, 10, 12 years. And then once I finally retired and I tasted what was available in Putnam County, I was amazed. Went to the first, the Patterson Fire Department Blues Barbecue.
Yeah.
Incredible musicians there. And so now I get to do all that stuff.
Yeah, people don't realize that we have had the advantage of an influx of talent from the city. And a lot of those city people have come here, writers, actors, musicians. There's some artists, some real talent now in this area.
Yep.
So you do acting. The big question is, and this has always driven me nuts, how do you learn those lines?
You ready for the answer?
Yeah.
There's an app for it.
Is there really?
There's
an app for everything.
There's actually quite a few of them, but I use one called Line Learner, and it's a little kludgy to use because you have to read in the lines, and then you can have different people do it, but it'll take the lines in order, and then you can play them back. And so I use my phone, and when I'm in the car, I play it through my Bluetooth radio. And I say my lines when it's my turn. In the meantime, I get cued and it takes a while, but
I have always loved acting. I was the drama director for the Pelham Schools for middle school actors. I can't tell you how many plays I directed. But when it comes to actually acting, I just can't remember lines, and it made me nuts. And I helped. One of the things I did was help the kids learn their lines. It just terrified me to think I'd be up there, and then all of a sudden, I wouldn't know what to say next.
Oh, that happens. They call that being in the white room.
Oh my God!
Where you sort of just don't know what's coming next, and of course, your actor, your friends are on stage, and they're just waiting for you, and they may not give you they won't give you a cue. They'll just let you suffer for a while.
'Cause they've been there.
They've been there. They've been there,
Yeah.
and it happens. But the more you do it, the better you get at it. So
yeah, that's it. And then I guess you get used to it after a while. I am a public speaker. I go up to the microphone. I don't care if there's 1,000 people or 10,000 people. I can get up there and give a speech, the drop of a hat, no problem, unless you give me a speech to read or to memorize.
Really?
And then there's no drop of the hat. The first experience I had with that, I was in 8th grade. I had given a speech on a fire truck, on fire prevention. And the school, for the first time, saw me as a public speaker, and they were like amazed, and the teachers were like, oh my God, this kid is going to do the graduation speech.
Oh,
so they handed me the speech that I was to do, and they said, memorize this and give it on the night of graduation. Well, I got through about the first 3 lines, and I was like, let me tell you what I think of it. And then I had to go impromptu because it just didn't come. So it terrifies me to think.
I find that one of the things that helps is if you develop a character.
Yeah.
And when you do that, you're no longer yourself.
That's right.
I like to say that acting is exercising your alternate personalities.
Right.
Because that's what it is. You've met
hundreds of
people over your lifetime, and each one of them was unique, and some of them are really memorable. So try to be them. Or try to be your uncle or your aunt or somebody.
And understand, one of the things that helped a lot of the kids that I worked with was to have them completely understand the play they were in, so that they knew the entire situation and all of the backstory of the play. And once they understood that, then they understood their character, and then they understood what it was they were supposed to be saying to the audience.
Right.
And as many times as I said that to them, I still panic if I have to do it. I've never told them that. So if any of them are listening right now, ha, I fooled you. You did what I told you to do and not what I do. So tell me about some of the plays and the characters.
Well, the first play I was in was Arsenic and Old Lace, and I had a bit role at the very end. It was my first experience with sitting for an hour and 15 minutes before I actually had
Oh
to
my God!
run
Well,
out
you're
there.
one of the guys who got killed at the end.
I'm the last
The
person
last
to get
guy
killed.
to die.
So I had to wait the entire performance for my 5 minutes of fame, that was a lot of fun. And then I was in Spamalot. I played one of the tower guards, and I played other Spamalot. On Broadway, it was maybe 15 characters played by 7 people.
Yeah,
so
wow.
everybody was doubling up.
Wow.
When we do plays up here, because we want many people to be in it,
Yeah.
we'll cast all the characters.
You should see, when I was the drama director, I had like 50, 60 kids who wanted to be in the play. And I never had the heart to tell a kid, you're cut. So if a kid tried out, he got a part.
Uh-huh.
So I would do things like Peter Pan, and there would be like about 60 kids on the island, you know? and there were trees and bushes, and everybody had a part. Somehow, some way, everybody had a part. Which is kind of fun, but that's what you have to do sometimes.
Yep. Yeah, and it's good because it keeps people coming back.
Yeah.
It increases the size of the audience, obviously, because the more people that are in the play, they bring cousins and aunts and uncles and things.
Now,
but
there's-
it's good for them because it's experience.
Yeah, and there's also another part of theater that people don't know about because it is behind the curtain.
Yep.
And there is so much work behind the curtain. You know because you've been involved in that end of it too.
Yeah, I'm the technical director for the Brewster Theater Company. I've got a big background, a long time background in video, and I've
I
worked on
think
a lot
that
of.
helps you as a director
Oh,
of the show.
absolutely. Oh,
I mean,
absolutely.
I watch you on the show every week, and I watch what you do about move the camera this way, move the camera that way.
Mm-hmm.
I was especially fond of the fact that you took a screw gun and screwed my stool down so I wouldn't rock back and forth on my stool. We have a picture up. Who is this?
That's me. Behind.
As a director?
No. I was a camera person
Camera
at this
person.
point. But you can see that how big the cameras are and how long ago it probably was, and I'm not going to say what year.
Yeah, look at that long
but,
beard. It was a while ago.
It was a while back. I just loved working in television. I really did. Not only the people that
No,
you
that's
meet.
what you did for a living, right?
I did that for 15 years.
Wow.
I actually had 13 jobs in 15 years.
Oh, my
The
God.
longest one being 4 years, and everything else was either 3 months, 6 months, a year.
Wow.
Because if you're working on a show and that show gets canceled,
Done.
they don't
That's it.
find you
Show's
another
over.
job. You got to find your own job.
Yeah,
and
that's tough.
And that's just the way it is.
But that's showbiz, buddy.
That's showbiz, absolutely.
Yeah, that's tough. So you do the technical end of it, and then now did you do the technical end first and then get into the acting?
No. Well, I started in high school. I acted, loved it, wanted to do it again, but didn't know when. Then I got into television. I played music for like 8 years, and then when that failed, I then got into television. The producer that we had at the time said, "You better get a fallback position," and I said, "Well, gee, I would like to be an audio engineer," and they said, "Well, fine, if you go get an FCC license, allows you to work as an announcer, and then it allows you to work on technical equipment, and finally, if you get the first class phone, you get to work on television and radio transmitters." But what that was it was my introduction into television, and I was able to get a job in television because I had my first phone. So that was it. I did technical. I started off loading slides in a slide projector.
Wow.
When you see a station ID,
Yeah.
that was a slide. And from there, I went
You
to
earned your
videotape.
rank, buddy.
Oh yeah, little by little, technical director. And I even did a summer directing relief for CNN when the studio was when they had a New York bureau, and the
Yeah.
studio was in the World Trade Center.
Oh, boy.
All 15 years worth of experience just keeps going. And
Have you always lived up here, or did you live in the city?
oh, I lived in every borough in the city except for Staten Island. I moved up here in 2003.
Oh, so
At that time, I was working at Metro North Railroad. I was a late bloomer, so I basically went from television back to school. And I got my bachelor's degree. And while I was there, I heard about an internship at Metro North. They were doing interactive video training. They would use computers and video discs. They actually had the entire territory on video disc.
Wow.
And engineers would sit in front of the computer and they have to memorize certain things about the right of way so that they know, what rules are in effect at different portions of the railroad. And I did that, and then they sent me to school. They paid for my master's, which was very nice.
Wow.
And that was my specialty for the remaining 25 years. But
and now you belong to us, Mario.
Yeah, well, I don't know about belong, but I'm here, and I'm gladly here.
You've been so faithful to the show, and we really do appreciate it. Your work is obvious, even though you yell at me all the time. But
I think it was advice.
Advice. You give me loud advice. So you do good work, and we do appreciate the fact that you're here. Are there plays coming up? What are you doing with the Brewster Company?
Well, actually, I'm not sure when this is going to air, but we have a play the second and third weekend of May. And then we're going to be doing the Pajama Game that will be in August, and I have a role in that, so I'll be in that one. And then we're going to be doing Scrooge the Musical.
Game, that goes back to Doris Day, right?
That's right, Doris Day and John Raitt.
Wow.
And I'll be paying Doris Day's father.
Doris Day was my dream girl.
Yeah, I can understand why.
The girl next door, man.
Yeah. And then we'll do Scrooge the Musical around Thanksgiving time.
Oh.
So that'll be our offerings, and they'll be sticking in a.
Do you sing?
Oh yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was in the band, and I've actually been singing since third grade in the church choir, and then.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Is your band there?
Yeah, pick me out.
There you are. You're the one in the middle with the long straight hair.
No. I'm the second on the right.
Oh,
and this is probably 1969 or so.
Look at you. Oh, that's wow. Now this is the 70s?
This was 1969.
69, yep.
Yeah.
You could tell. Look at the clothes. Look at the.
Yeah.
Man,
I
still
so much
have
better
hidden
then.
away somewhere some of my striped pants and my wild jackets. And, oh my God.
Yeah.
Those were the crazy Nehru jacket. Yeah. Those were the crowd. So what was some of the music you did?
We were like.
So you sang? Were you a lead singer? Or?
No, I wasn't a lead singer. We kind of everybody did.
Yeah,
songs.
everybody had.
And I wrote a couple.
Was there like a song that was your song?
Oh, one of the ones I wrote, I got to sing.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
that's
but
cool.
there were maybe 5 of those.
Wow, 5? Are you kidding?
I'm not
5
known
originals?
for my songs. Yeah, but I'm not known for those. Lately, I've been singing with, again, part of what we do in the Brewster Theater Company is we have these cabarets.
Yeah.
And now that we're ensconced in Drew Church in Carmel.
Yeah. So you have a set place now.
Yeah.
You're right there on Route 6.
Yeah, we're no longer nomadic.
I watched the show. Oh no. Yeah, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
It's so hard to be nomadic as an actor.
Oh yeah.
And because then you have to get out there and get around.
Yeah.
All right. So you have a show coming up.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be doing that.
Yep.
One of the things I want to do in this show today is to highlight some of the people we both work with.
Okay.
Without a crew, you don't have a show. And we have some pretty amazing people.
That we do.
So, ladies and gentlemen, those people who normally are behind the curtain, it's time to come front and center, and we need to see some of you. So maybe we can do this one at a time. Is that easier? Andy Campbell, come on down. Andy, say hello to the group.
Get him, pick him up, pick him up. Oh, pick him up.
Andy is generally camera 3. He is great at it. How do you feel about doing this?
So far, so good.
Dig the shirt too, by the way. Andy, say hello to the audience. Andy, thank you so much for all you do.
My
A great job. Dylan Cudzillo. Dylan, my everything man.
How's it going, Vin?
Nick.
A pleasure. I want to thank
him
you
up.
publicly
Pick him up with that,
for
Ken.
all that
Okay.
you do. You do it well. You've been here now at Comcast for a while, right?
Yeah, for probably 2 or 3 years now.
2 or 3 years.
Can't
Again, when I need you, you're there. When I try to do graphics, I am so technically disabled. You're always there for me. Thank you.
It's been a blast, Vin.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Linda. Linda, you are a throwback from the Let's Talk Writing days.
Linda.
Right.
You were terrific. We did 100 of those shows. Here you are now, helping out on One in One. Say something to the audience.
Congratulations on your second 100th
Second 100.
show.
Man, does that mean we're old, Linda?
No.
No. Linda, thank you for all you do. Next, Mr. Nick.
Hello, my name is Nick Holshoe, one camera operator. Glad to be on the show, and a lot of success to both Vinny and Mario.
Yep. Nick, thank you. And thank you for being there for us. It must be very painful to have to focus on me so long.
Well, it's a pleasure.
Well, thank you. Nick, thank you for all you do. Eric. Eric is relatively new to our crew. Welcome. Glad to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Eric Kent. Eric, so you were a trainee, but
Yes.
now you're a full-fledged crew member.
If you call it that.
Well, you're doing a great job.
Well, thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
We look forward to a lot of shows with you.
Okay.
And we appreciate all you do for us.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you, Eric. Linda! Please meet Linda Lonnegan, who is also relatively new. Linda was a guest on the show. After she was a guest, she said, I like what you do with the crew. I would like to do that. And Linda, you're with us.
Yes, yes. It's wonderful being here and being part of the whole crew.
Yeah, thank you. You learn quickly.
Trying
You're
to.
doing good work.
Thank you.
We look forward to 100 more shows. Why not? We'll have you up here for the 200th show.
Thank
Linda,
you so much
thank you
for your
for being
time.
with us.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Now, please meet Jen. Come on, Jen. She's hiding under the table. What is she? She's not coming out? Get out here. Uh-oh. Here we go. When our crew won't come to us, we will come to them.
Turn on the lights.
Jen, thank you for all you do. Can't
Yeah,
happen
right.
without you. And a person who has a show of her own, a very excellent award-winning show, Armanda. Oh, put that light back on. There she is. Armanda, not only are you an incredible host, but camera person and director. She is in the process
Close
of
up,
directing
close up.
this show. So Armanda Famiglietti, thank you for all you do. Now, did we get that whole crew?
We didn't get Linda.
Linda. Yeah, we got Linda.
No, the other Linda.
Yeah, Linda Lonnegan. We got
No,
her.
Linda Shaw.
Who else is in
We
there?
got them both?
Yeah, we did. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I certainly hope you're enjoying our 100th show because it's been a long ride, and it's been a good ride. I want you to know that this morning, this crew was sitting down to breakfast with the Mental Health Association of Putnam County to receive an award for all the work that we do for the Mental Health Association, but also so many different people with passion. Excuse me. Our show deals with people who help people. Without the help of each other, we have no community. I need to thank Comcast for making this possible. This is a public access show. Oh, And it's running to an end. I'm getting all my signals. The crew is hard at work. We're going 3 minutes, 3 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on this 100 show. Again, I want to give a shout out to Roberta Silman. Her book, Secrets and Shadows, covers a very difficult time in history. The Holocaust. The story of a young man who goes back and he has to fight something that has haunted him his entire life. You must read this book and you must meet Roberta. I promise you, Roberta, you're coming here to this show. And Bob, you are getting better. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for being part of our 100 show. Crew, thank you so much for being who you are. Thank you for all your volunteer hours in this studio. Thank you for joining us. Tune in every Monday from 7 to 7:30, Channel 8.